Good day to everyone, wherever you may be, in any part of the country. I want to say good day to you. And if you're in London, definitely you know what is going on. It is summertime. Every part of Europe, anyway, it is summer. Everybody is enjoying how Nigerian, or what will I say, is African weather. It has visited Europe and America, and every part of the cold country are now experiencing summer. And it's nice, it's awesome, you see the way I'm sweating. But anyway, I want you guys to really go out there and enjoy yourself. And if you enjoy, please drop me a comment on the comment section telling me how you are enjoying your summer. If you are in Europe or in any part of America or any cold country that there is summer, just drop me a comment. I like to know how you are spending your day. Anyway, guys, there is a major matter that brought me into this very podcast, and I want to announce to you that we have started a podcast. This is Jimmy White TV podcast, and it is Jimmy White TV talk show. And Ades, my partner that is always with me on this show, is not here today, but will be on the show on Sunday. So I decided to let you guys know that we have started a podcast. You can see that we have started a podcast, and we'll be inviting some people from every part of the places all over the world to come to London. And this podcast is also going to go to Nigeria and going to go all parts of the places, because we want people to reach out to voices to speak about matters and how to sort out this matter. This is all about podcast. We talk about everything. Everything. We talk something that is going to make sure that these things are better than what it is before. And the matter that brought me into this place is about Olusegu, Obasanjo. I saw your how you address Nigerian concerning there was a summit meeting that you were called, and you addressed Nigerian concerning the problem of Nigeria. And I noticed some things that you said there. There are some things that you say, basically that you are a former you started from head of state as a military head of state, and you ruled for years, and you retired and still become the president of Nigeria, a civilian elected, democratic elected government, and you enters as a civilian president of Nigeria. Thank you very much. Because I'm going to be picking up what you have said. There are things that you have said that is matter to answer you questions. Because if I have my partner here, and once in a time I'll be inviting you, sir, to London to come when we finish with the office, where we are, putting a place in place where we'll be having this, talk shows and people coming over to, dialogue. So definitely, once in a while, I'll be inviting you to London by the grace of God, and so that we can sit and, dialogue some kind of things, so that people that does not know some kind of things might begin to know them, that these are the problems why Nigerian has not moved forward. So, sir, you were saying that our leaders do not understand the basic economy, and that is the most reason why Nigerian has not moved forward, and because they are adding it with corruptions, that corruptions and ruling the country does not go together. I will say yes, you are right, sir, because I definitely say you are right. Basically, that you have experienced 2 times, I will say 8 plus 8, that's 16 years of ruling Nigeria. You ruled Nigeria for 16 years. Yeah. Yeah. For military government, you rule for long, and for this, you rule Nigeria for 16 years. You rule Nigeria, if I'm correct. Then for that 16 years, Nigerian is staying the way it is, even more worse than what it was. So what can you say about that? Because definitely, if you say our leader does not know basic economics, you that knows the basic economy, you know basic economy, you are well educated, you have your farm and everything. So why was Nigeria not better in your time? Why did you not set, like those of you that understand economy, why don't you people set like a way path for other leaders to follow? I am not saying that you did not do, because I know that in your last tender, what you opened up, you brought out EFCC, and what you were doing was coming on governors that are corrupt, that governor corrupt, who are looting money, and they were coming on them, but they never came on you, because you are the one that introduced the organization. Definitely, they can't come to the boss who introduced the organization. But they say charity begins from home. Somebody should be the first one to declare his assets and say, this is what I want, this is me. Then this will take over, because this is for the betterness of the country, Nigeria. You read economy, sir. You understand the economy. And during your time, Nigeria was struggling. Even at the time of military era, Nigeria was struggling. And that is my question that said, why is it that Nigeria was no better? At least, if Nigeria was better, okay, now let me give an example of what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that, like, where I am is diaspora, is Europe, where I am, and they are the past head, the past president, prime minister, the past them have molded the country. Yeah, the past, the first one, let's say for example, first one rule the country and lay a good example and make the country that if you come to the seat to sit down, if you eventually come and sit down, you'll be scared to loot the country money or begin to borrow money anyhow you like to waste for yourself. The sample that you people created when you were in military government, we are carried from the military government into the civilian president, And if you watch our civilians, I don't know whether it is civilians that are there, but if not because of Tinubu is there and good luck Jonathan and the few of them, I will say because during that time many of you retired, left military just because you want to come as governor, as head of state, as this and that, which was not supposed to be. None of you from that military government is supposed to be in any of the civilian or retire. Even if you retire, it is for you. You are supposed to just go. You people are supposed to go away. Yeah, it's not supposed to involve yourself in the government because military blood is still in you people and it will remain in you people. And that was what was introduced to our civilians. And because it was introduced to our civilians, what they know, what our civilian president know now, governors and the rest of them know is clubbing, drinking, going to hotels. Yeah, I know what I'm saying because I have been, okay, let me tell you why I know this thing, because I have somebody that is my own person that is a big boss in the military. I have in the Navy, in the military. So I go to them, I stay with them, I follow them, I see everything. During those days, yeah. And the same way, the same manner of them, that is what they left, that is what they left for civilian. That was the way they showed civilian. And that was why when civilian, remember, listen, corruption started from civilian. It didn't start from military, but it was worsened by the military. Corruption started from civilian. Obasanjo, Shagari. And during that time, our before even when it was handed over to Shagari, if you watch our president before it was handed over to Damfodo and the rest of them, Nigeria was ruled with perfection, with openness. Because now let me tell you, because in the days when the British were colonizing this country, the Queen Elizabeth, may so rest in peace, they were the one that were ruling the country. And when they gave us independence, they lay a good road. They laid down how to rule the country, how to follow what we can do to survive, to continue surviving. They laid it down, and they became partner with us, but they did not discover the gold, the oil that we have. It is God that knows why they did not discover it. But they laid down, and that time in Nigeria, if you go to Nigeria, if you were in my day, those days, if you were in my days with me those days, you will understand what I'm saying. Then Nigerian was so beautiful. Nigerian is so clean. You can never go anywhere in Nigeria and say one single dirtiness. It's not possible. Nigeria was so lovely that everything that you can find in diaspora, you find it in Nigeria. Nigeria. I say now we don't see bread. Now you know the kind of bread we used to see in Nigeria. Oh my God. I don't see those. You can't see them because they are from foreign things, lovely things. Not only from Nigeria has their own, because Nigeria was producing more of agriculture. So Nigeria has a lot of farmers. Nigeria is a farming country. Nigeria produced timber. Nigeria has it, and that time, Nigeria now went to the edge of having that time the government of the country was into agricultural production. Because that was our rural. They were into agricultural production. They were into Texas mill. And when you go to Oshodi that time, you have the biggest Texas mill in the whole of West Africa, the whole of Africa. That was Nigeria. Yeah, anytime I go to that place, I answer a question: how managed can that place be closed? Nigeria has. Listen, there's another one. What of Nigerian Airways? Nigerian Airways. Do you know how many population of people that Nigerian Airways took that the government created that to create Nigeria got? Today, we don't have Nigerian Airways again. I don't even see it. I've not even seen it since I go to the airport. I've not seen it. If I'm coming back, I used to look around to see if I can see Nigerian Airways, but I am not seeing that. And all this time was not yet your time. This was even before. This was since Shagari time. Even before Shagari time, and during Shagari time, it was better until, because he feel that his time is coming, because then they has to rule the same. It was the same 4 years. They have to rule and go. Shagari shouldn't have taken that seat. Shagari should win the war, because Shagari was a very nice person that people thought that will continue the legacy of our past president, who the British hand over to, because they were genuine. They never knew that at the end of the turn, this man would turn out to become something else. Shagari spoiled the country, punctured the country, and along the line, there was military decor, and Mauritania Mohammed, they took over, and before you know, Mauritania Mohammed, because he has a good schedule for Nigeria, he became the good military officer who was very good to the country, who has a good motion for the country, who has a good motive for the country. But good people does not last. Before you know, he was taken away. And as soon as he was taken away, Nigeria remembered him. Nigeria remembered. Listen, wait, I want to let you know, apart from Mauritania Mohammed, apart from Mauritania Mohammed, Oh God, that man, may he so rest. Murtala Mohammed is the only president in our country who earned a cap of a national. His cap was used for national theatre. His airport, Murtala Mohammed Airport, was built in his name because of what he has done. A president that moved without an escort. A president that moved around, a head of state that moved around the country without escort, that easily moved, and because of that, they easily just, boom, they took this man's life. This man would have given Nigerian a meaning. This Murtala Mohammed would have parted, shows Nigerian a way. That is, he came to restore the wound. He has already gotten it. This was Nigeria. Look at Nigeria. Go check Nigerian Park. You see how beautiful, how lovely Nigeria was. Until now, from the military, they started wasting it. Those bad ones started coming in. I don't know how they became corrupt. I don't know how they became so motivated that they want to become. Because then, it was not about now. It was not about now money. It was about power. Nigeria was about power. It's about, this is what we want. Military are now using it. They now say, this is what we want in this very particular place. This is what, because of that, they have to take over. That is their own business. But until it got to Olusegu Obasanjo, which is your topic, until it got to you, you took over. And you cooked the door, you took over. And when you took over, things was not even the way it was. And you read an economy, you understand the economy. You understand the economy. You understand the economy. Okay, let me differentiate it. In the military head of state, when you took over, everything that you were doing then was going well. I wouldn't say you didn't do well in military head of state. In military head of state, you came in, you did one or two things, you did some kind of thing, fine. And that was the reason when you retired, and you retired because you are the part of the people. You are the part of the people who use your military to shape Nigeria. I congratulate you on that. But when it comes to the time that you people have succeeded with Obasanjo and the rest of you who have, succeeded to say, let's move Nigeria to civilian president, civilian government, democratic elected, that the people have really cried for democratic elected government. You people decided to do this. That was the time that you people would have left finally and go and allow the civilian, the real civilian to rule. But rather, you people came in again as a civilian president and started, because Nigeria would have started with a real civilian person, not with a, that is the problem. Nigeria would have started again. Since the military has given war, the military should have gone their way. They should have just, what they should have done at that time is that they would have laid a kind of thing that will make the country that this thing, they will not be able to do this thing. But the only time that you drop it, which you came, when you came to civilian president, you brought out EFCC. But it was not well. It was not well in civilian president. But you try. At least you try. You put on good luck. You do this thing. Fine, I will commend you on that. But it was not as Nigeria expected it. It was because it even become that Nigeria begin to think whether it's because of the prison that you were sent to. That was why you are behaving like that. Because they brought you out from prison and take you straight as the president of the country. And you came, say a lot of things, preach, did everything, and people took and say, wow, thank you, we didn't know that you have this kind, and you dealt with Nigerian. And people said, oh, he went and brought You put somebody as president who has gone through prison, and he's now adventuring back to the country. Adventuring back to the country. And people call for your removal, that you should be removed. Did you not do economics? Did you forget that you did economics? That's my question. Did you forget that you did economics, sir? Did you forget? And how many times have you said as one of the bigger, because I know that like now you come outside to say some word, but have you understand that most of you after retiring goes back to become godfathers? Refuse to leave the premises of the president of the government, because as soon as, if you see what they do here, as soon as they retire, they go away from there. The only thing that if they need advice, they can come if they want advice, they can call them and say, okay, advise me based on so section that you did well. How am I going to do it? They will tell them. That's what you guys should be doing. You guys should see and look at the if the economies of the country is not really, you guys can see, call the president, call the, and to give them ideas of how. But how can you give somebody an idea when in your own time, when you have the chance of shaping the country, did not shape it? That's what we are answering. And right now, look at what you are saying, that our leaders does not have a single idea of the economies, and they are just there borrowing and wasting the money. Tinubu hear this one now. Tinubu will just look at you and say, Sometimes when we say something, we answer ourselves. During our own time, when we have the chance, did we really do something that the country will see and say, this person, you have done well? Why I'm saying this thing is because most of you there are not young anymore. So sometimes I used to ask myself, how elderly people like this, that are our father, that is behaving this way, that is not even looking at, because they told me that I know my father told me long time ago that they have this akonuche, that means they have this minds, this kind of conscience, because they are elder, they have this kind of conscience that they know how to sort out matters. That is why they use that proverb. They say, what an elder stand up to see, me that is young, I will not be able to see it. What is stand to see in the tree, me that is young, I will not be, no matter how I look, stretch my neck, I will not be able to see it. So you people are supposed to be able to know how to sort out Nigerian matter, because definitely you have lived in Nigeria. You have grown old in Nigeria. You have traveled around. You people have traveled around, going around the world, seeing how other countries have been ruled by their president, by their prime minister. You have gone to London, to Canada, to every place. There's no place that you people like I do not touch. Go summit, you people are there. Everything. You always chat up with them. I don't know where you people are dropping this. Maybe you people drop it before you get to Maritana Mohammed Airport, before you go to Abuja Airport, or wherever you drop it aside and enter with that mindset that will not help Nigeria. I'll be seeing you people that it is good for us to see to this country that this country has potential. This country was once looked into, that a lot of people that you can find, Nigerian, you see some people, Nigerian, that we those days we have not traveled, but we can see Italy in our country, we can see every country, we can see England in our country, we can see Lebanese, we can, who is Lebanese, that time European quarter was filled up by British, by American, by so many of them, Italy, Europe, them, European.
Active as usual, former president of Nigeria, Chief Olusegu Obasanjo, gets on stage for a special interview as part of the conversation at the 32nd Afrexim Bank annual meeting in Abuja. The conversation is on Africa's strive to look inwards for development. However, his observations are not very pleasant.
Economically, Nigeria is not moving as it should be moving. Over the last 3 or so decades, we have taken 2 steps forward, 1 step aside, and maybe 1 or 2 steps backward. What should we do? I believe the beginning is knowledge. How many of our leaders even understand basic economics to be able to run the affairs of their country? Look at how we go about borrowing money and wasting money. Waste and corruption, they are strange bedfellows of development.